Welcome back to another round of playing the Wizards with myself, Gandalf versus Saruman. So we're back to Gandalf's team's turn. Gandalf's in the Old Forest. These guys have pretty much set up camp at the Glôin Fields. They've been here for a long time. Let's untap everyone who can. That's Gandalf, Glôin and Balin. And I am really struggling with this team. We've lost Annalena. We've been searching everywhere for another dadgum ring. We found one here before, but I just... Again, I said this last time. I was torn between staying here or going back to a haven to heal Glorfindel, and I stayed, and because I didn't want to, even though I knew what my opponent had in their hand, technically I knew, but I'm supposed to not know, so I am thinking maybe we do that this time. But do we want to shuffle anyone around? I'm bringing Goldberry in, so, I'm bringing Goldberry in. Can I play Test of Form during the organization phase? I'm assuming I could. Yeah. Let's play Halfling Strength to bring Bilbo to well. And then I'm going to play... Do I play Test of Form and attempt to test this ring to see... Yeah, no. Maybe I don't do that. Hold up. Let's think about this. If I could get this Dwarven ring out, that would give Bilbo +2 prowess modifier. Other than that, I don't see the need. Okay. These guys are going to stay as is. These guys are going to stay as is. I've currently got, 17 of my 20 general influence in use. And then I think we need to move. We need to get some movement going in any case, on top of not just sitting here in the fields. So we're going to go from the Gladden Fields to Lorien, and that is Wilderness Borderlands. Oh boy, we still could get attacked to the Ruins and Lair. Yeah, that's a problem. But we're not facing the automatic attack. Yeah, we'll hope for the best. And then these guys are going to stay at the Old Forest. And, alright. So, let's deal with them first. Because I'm just worried. Until we get back to Lorien, I'm worried. Alright, so we can draw one. Ghosts. We can draw one. Orc Lieutenant. And now we're dealing with a party with a hazard. Oh, minion stir is discarded. Now we're dealing with a party with a hazard limit of 3. And so, yes, we could play minion stir. Reaching Shadow. Let's see. Any creature keyed to a Shadowland may be keyed to the Anduin Vales. Alright. Any creature that may be keyed to a Dart domain may be keyed to the Heart of Mirkwood. Okay. Brownlands Daggerlad. Discard when any creature keyed to one of these regions is defeated. Alright. So... This also treats all wilderness as Shadowlands. So we could do we could keep this in hand. This also turns a wilderness into a Shadowland. Wilderness to Shadowland, wilderness to Shadowland. Increase this strike. This also turns Wilderness to Shadowland. Alright, I've got a lot of cards that do essentially the same thing. But this does other things too. And this could be used to hamper those guys later. The question is, do I want to play Minion Stir? Oof. Really get them on the way out. Let's do it. Reaching Shadow. I'm playing Reaching Shadow. And then Minion Stir, everyone's favorite card. So Reaching Shadow turns the Anduin Vales into a Shadowland, and I'm using region movement for all movement. So even if we're using movement on the site card, you know, the site path on the site card, we're still using region movement. So the Orc Guard can be played, and these guys have 7 strikes of 8. Yeah, buddy, 7 strikes of 8. Okay, so 7 strikes of 8. There's absolutely no reason not to tap these guys. So 7 strikes of 8. And those 4 extra, that -4 prowess modifier, how do I want to spread that around? Glorfindel could be taken down to 2. Is that the way to go? Yeah, let's do that. Alright, Glorfindel is taken down to 2. He's strongly affected by this Reaching Shadow. The orcs are focusing on this Elf Lord, this mighty Elf Lord. Alright, so Glorfindel is at 2. Glôin is going to be at 6 to beat 8, and Balin is at 6 to beat 8. So, Glorfindel. Ooh, Snake Eyes. Glorfindel is wounded. Yowza. Glôin, 6. And anyway, there's no point in rolling. They're not going to defeat this, so the dwarves beat their respective attacks. And Glorfindel makes a body check. Okay. Prowess, he has a body of 8 because he was previously wounded. Okay. Glorfindel lives. Whew. Scary. Alright, the Glad Fields were not tapped because we never played anything there, so this can go back into the site deck. And we made it to Lorien. Holy moly. That was close. Okay, and then on this side of things, I don't think Ghosts is the play. I don't think we need Ghosts right now. Okay, so we brought them back up to 8. 1, 2, 3. To bring them back up to 8. All right. These guys are staying put. They're staying in the old forest. And so still have a hazard limit of 3, 2.5, which rounds up to 3. And we could play these Orc Warriors on them, and they would also get the benefit of this we cannot, and these definitely not. But the Orc Warriors would become a 5 strikes of 7. So Orc Warriors invading the old forest. Where's Tom? What are we talking here? 5 strikes of 9. 5 strikes of 9. I have a feeling they're probably gonna focus down Gandalf. If he didn't tap, that would be 6. No, if he didn't tap, that would be 5. And so that would go down to 3 if they put the prowess modifier on him. 3 to beat a 9. 3 to beat a 9 if he attempted not to tap. And we still got to get out of here too. Alright, I'm going to play Halfling Strength to untap Bilbo and then play Concealment to cancel the attack. Might be overkill, but I'm just paranoid. Okay, so Orc Warrior's attack is cancelled. Bilbo got better quick and hit us, kept us hidden. Alright, and so we have arrived. That's the end of that movement hazard phase. So the moon is dead. Lure of Nature. And then on this side, we bring it back up to 8. Glamdring. Alright. Okay, and then that's the end of their movement hazard phase. So these guys are in Lorien. They can't do much there. Just got to get better. And then Gandalf here, he can tap to bring Goldberry in. Goldberry is an ally. She may not be attacked. She can cancel effects that would return her company to the site of origin, notably river. She can also tap to cancel one attack keyed to her company, keyed to wilderness against her company. Alright, and now I have a choice. I think I'm going to play Test of Form. What happens if tested? Make a roll. Determine which card may be played immediately. So I think it's the case that if we were to roll a 7, which is likely, we just still get to keep the card in hand. We just don't get to replace it with one of these two, because 7 does not key to one of these results. So I'm going to use Test of Form, tap Bilbo to use Test of Form. Oh wait, no, Bilbo's tapped, right? He tapped to play Concealment. Okay, scratch that. Can't do that this time. I'm still keeping Test of Form in hand, though. I don't want Gandalf to be the only one who can test rings. Alright, so end of turn phase. Is there something I want to... Ring lore. Ugh, it's a great card, but it's just taking up space in my hand. But no, there's nothing. Ugh. Alright, the Ents of Fangorn. Okay, so that's the end of this company's turn, this team's turn. Now we're back over here, dealing with the aftermath of what happened earlier. Yes, this Orc Lieutenant was Oh wait, before we do that, we can discard one. We definitely don't need another Doors of Night. And the Army of the Dead. Alright, so we've got the Paths of the Dead over here. We've got the Army of the Dead here. We just need to get Aragorn back. Gotta get Aragorn back. Okay. But first things first, we untap Saruman. We untap Forlong. I think we've got to go back to a haven. We've got to heal these guys up. We've got to store this. These guys don't have much to do. So I think everyone converges on Edhellond. Let's handle Saruman's team first. Oh wait. During the organization phase, a character with this card may tap to remove it. That's mean because, obviously they have to be wounded to even receive this card. So, yeah, they're going to have to get back to a haven first. Alright. Something to think about. We might be able to get rid of him too. But I gotta be thinking about Saruman's team now. How do we get back to Edhellond safely? Okay, so we can draw up to 2, but if we draw more than 1, we increase our hazard limit and the number of cards they draw. So we're going to draw 1. Oh, the Tower Guard of Minas Tirith. Alright, alright, alright. A precious gold ring. Okay. Alright. So, we could play The Moon is Dead. If they have Marvel's Told, they could squish it immediately. But if they don't, it saves us one card on our hazard limit if we have a chance to play something next time, and we get stuff moving in our hand as well. Tough decision. Lure of Nature does not affect hobbits and dwarves. Okay. All right. We're going to play Lure of Nature on Erkenbrand. Uh-oh. All right. Lure of Nature on Erkenbrand. So, and I don't think we're going to play The Moon is Dead just now. That card is good anytime. Erkenbrand has no way of getting rid of any of these corruption cards, and they are traveling through 3 wilderness. So he has to pass 3 corruption checks, and he currently has 6 corruption points. So any one of these could be bad news. 5. That's it. Well, at least he's not eliminated. We rolled a 5, so he's discarded. And the red arrow is discarded. These go back over there. He just couldn't take that icy touch. And, yeah. Theoden is now under general influence. Boy, oh boy. Man, they are eating into our marshalling point total. This is pretty bad. So from that's all that side's going to play on us. So yeah, we made it to Edhellond, for what it's worth, and we're going to discard the Army of the Dead. I could have tapped Saruman to help him with that corruption check, but he was going to have to make 3. I mean, yeah, he was kind of a goner. Okay, so these guys' turn. So we can draw 1. The Men of Lebanon. All right. They're traveling through wilderness borderlands. The Magic Ring of Courage. Okay, all right. So now I'm faced with the question, do I play The Moon is Dead just to play it? I've got 2 rings in my hand. These are the ones that are easier to roll a dwarven ring with. Man, I wish I could have tested that ring so I know what I'm going for. Much more difficult. This is what these are easier to get a magic ring with. Gosh. I have ring lore, so we could always get, I think we want the magic ring. And yeah, is that what I'm going to do? It just doesn't make sense to have 2 rings in my hand at this very moment. We have got a lot to do. Then again, do I? Well, yeah, okay. Let's do that. Alright. We're not playing The Moon is Dead. So they arrive safely at Edhellond. Veil of Eric gets discarded. And what to do. Next turn, Halbarad will be able to store this here. That'll be another marshalling point, and Theoden will be able to heal. and we'll be able to sort of reorganize. And we could go around picking up some factions. You know, that's not the worst idea. Go around picking up some factions, and yeah, we're down here, we're near Peligir, we're near Londgalen. That's not, we're near Minas Tirith, honestly. So that's not a terrible idea. We might just do that. Stay safe for a bit until Aragorn comes back out. I can tap Saruman to bring something back. I mean, without question, we need to bring Narsil back. We've got to get that. We've done all of the rest of the mission. We've got to bring Narsil back. So, yeah, that's 7 marshalling points when combined with Narsil, with combined with Anduin. So, yes. It's risky. I know we're just tempting fate by tapping Saruman with the Palantír all these times. We know how that can go. But I'm going to do it. So Saruman's going to tap to use the Palantír. Alright, he's fine. Rolled a 9, he's fine. So, oh, with at least 5 cards in your play deck. Oh. I can't do that. I cannot do that. I do not have 5 cards in my play deck. We currently have 4. Wow, okay. I cannot do that. We need to tally up our points in a minute. Alright, so never mind. Okay, but still gonna... I still think it's a good play to do some faction recruiting. So we'll figure that out. And we can discard 1 and draw up to 8. Muster disperses. Here we go. Okay. Well, they don't even have a faction recruited yet. And then on the other side, I just don't see anything I need to... Yeah, I'm not going to discard anything. I know we're moving through the hand very sluggishly, but yeah, we're not discarding anything, so we'll just leave it at this. And I'm going to take a pause to see where we stand as far as marshalling points go.